Wow.
Nice.
What a header. Let's go. Gross. Wait, they have wingbacks.
Hey, run straight.
See that?
I'm balling you up.
Alright, they have a 5 in the backs, wingbacks, huh? Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, any. Oh, it's so broken, dude.
Oh my gosh. Strength works.
Oh, he's reading it. Yeah.
Yes.
Winger's like, I'm pretty sure it's this team.
Play, but I'm laughing.
Striking fear in your eyes. Look at this. I'm gonna read this. I'm reading this pass right here. I'm a freaking genius.
Yeah.
And he's not ready for this. And then again. And then over his head. Oh, wait. Failure. And then baseline. And then Elastico. And then a cut. And then again.
Oh my
and then a croqueta. And then Elastico again. And then first post.
Alright. Retire it.
That was wrong.
Retire.
Oh man, I was commentating right there. What's up guys, this is Lesky, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys this updated version of that lanky striker, tall and skinny striker build that I posted on my channel towards the beginning of the year. I might have posted a few versions of it, like right as the game started. This is like one of the first builds I went to. I did like a 6'6", lowest weight possible striker build, just because how fast you can be this year compared to last year as a taller striker. It's actually very good. And in today's video, we're basically max height and then lowest weight possible. So lanky as you can get in pro clubs. We are 6'7", 99 pounds. And this is one of my favorite type of striker builds to use. As y'all know, I love my bigger strikers, taller strikers that have some strength on them. And this right here, going 99 pounds, you're as fast as possible as a 6'7" striker. And we actually have 89 pace, which is pretty freaking fast. So let's take a look at this build, dive straight into this video. We're 6'7", 99 pounds, as I mentioned, striker of course, and the foot really doesn't matter. It's whatever you want to be, whatever you prefer. And I am right-footed. Let's take a look at the perks now. All three of these perks that we have on this build are very important. I really wouldn't substitute any of these three perks for something else just because they work so well together, especially for a striker build that's a taller build like this one, a 6'7" build. The first perk that we have is active first touch, which is nice because we're not the fastest, even though we have 89 pace, which is pretty good for a big build like this one. It'll increase our acceleration and sprint speed when running onto a through ball. And that even works for like getting a pass to your feet when you're trying to like turn, make a quick move, create some space from the defender and get a shot off or something like that. It'll also like activate the faster acceleration and sprint speed for a little bit right after you make your first touch, which is quite nice. It'll also grant you the flare trait, so you can do like fancy one-time passes and flick-ons, like as I usually say, and it'll increase our ball control, which is very good. So this perk is one of the better perks in the entire game. I like to use it on a lot of my striker builds. And the same with these two perks right here, physical strength and one-time shot. These go pretty hand to hand, especially with this striker build. We're 6'7", we're going to be an aerial threat, we're tall. The jumping might not be amazing, but what the physical strength does is increases our jumping more than what we have on the skill tree. It'll also boost our strength, make us even more beastly, harder to push off the ball, and it'll even increase our ball control. And because the one-time shot gives us a power header, with the increase in jumping on the physical strength, you'll have even more chances to score headers. The power header trait is one of the most underrated perks in the entire game, or traits in the entire game, in my opinion. It's very good on a taller striker build where you're going to get a lot of header chances. It'll just help you confirm those header goals, those header chances, because it'll overpower the goalie a lot of times. They won't be able to react, even if it goes like right next to their face. Most of the time, it'll just go in the goal because of the power header. And then one-time shot is just also good because it increases your weak foot. We got a 4-star weak foot on this build. Don't have the 5-star. But if you have a one-time shot with your weak foot, it'll upgrade it to a 5-star, so that's quite nice. And then it'll give us the finesse and outside foot, which is kind of hard to activate on one-time shots, or at least the finesse. I usually don't take finesse shots for one-time shots. Sometimes outside foot shot will trigger, but the finesse shot is just a little weird doing that on a one-time shot. It'll give us flare trade, so we can do like fancy shots. I don't know if that helps us trigger more bicycle kicks and scissor kicks, but it'll definitely help with like those fancy shots you can do to make it look cool, make a cool clip, just have some fun in pro clubs. And then, of course, the main reason you get one-time shot is it'll increase your finishing ability during one-time shots and headers, so it'll make the heading even better on top of the power header trait. So that is the 3 perks that we have for this lanky striker build, and I'm not even going to suggest any other perk that you could use. All 3 of these are the go-to perks for this type of striker build. Let's take a look at the skill tree. As usual, we'll start on the physical page for the skill tree, and what we really focused on here was trying to increase the strength with the bull archetype, and I actually used 2 different variations of this build when it comes to the skill tree. I took off the bull archetype for like my first 4 games. I wasn't using bull archetype, and I put the maestro archetype on to increase the dribbling, and we had like 96 dribbling. It actually felt very nice, but then I was just kind of getting tossed around. Even though we have 77 strength, it's not too bad. Even with the physical strength perk on too, I was still just getting tossed around. It might have been a little bit because of balance, but once I put the bull archetype on, that was not happening very much at all. And I felt way stronger, winning a lot more of my duels when it comes to shielding the ball or just pushing defenders off like shoulder to shoulder, 50-50s. And it felt a lot better. So I definitely prefer running the bull archetype over the maestro, but I'll show you guys what I had when I was using the maestro if y'all are interested in using like this tall build with crazy 96 dribbling, because it did feel pretty nice, but I noticed way more of a difference with the extra strength compared to the extra dribbling. Like the dribbling still felt pretty good without the maestro, but without the bull, you could definitely notice a difference. So that's what we did. We just went for the bull, and what this will do, all these things right here, it'll give us plus 13 strength, because to start with, we only have 71. It'll give us plus 13 strength, plus 3 stamina, and plus 5 aggression. And then what we did here, the last thing on the bottom left is the reactions. Because we're a 6-7 build, like to start with, we only have 78 reactions. So we got the stamina right here, and this plus 4 reactions right here to get us to 82. And then I wanted to get even more reactions, because it's still kind of low, 82. So this is plus 5 for reactions for only 3 skill points, very good value. And then I'll get us up to 87, which will kind of improve our dribbling and just little things that you might not notice. Your guy will just react to certain situations faster. When it comes to like maybe hopping over a slide tackle, reacting to a loose ball in the box, and all that kind of stuff, getting up off the ground quicker. I don't know, there's just a bunch of different things that reactions can go into effect. And having a higher reactions like 87 is actually very nice, so I'd highly recommend keeping the reactions on. And that's it for the physical page. We have 84 strength with 75 jumping. And remember, the physical strength perk will increase both of those things, have even more jumping than what it says, and same with strength. I kind of wish we could get the jumping up more, but we are 6'7", so we don't need like crazy jumping. We can still get our head onto the ball a lot of times and get a lot of header goals. But yeah, that's the only thing we're kind of lacking is the jumping. But again, the physical strength perk will increase that a bit more. To dribbling, where the dribbling felt surprisingly very good, even without the maestro archetype, like I was saying. But if you want the maestro archetype, I'll show you guys shortly what you could do. But I went for the 5-star skills. Using 5-star skills with a build like this is so freakishly good. You do some crazy stuff with those long legs. Very overpowered. Innies don't expect it. Defenders don't expect it. It's just very nice having the 5-star skills. But a lot of you guys might not want the 5-star skills. So what you would do is take this off and probably, you had 5 skill points to work with. You could increase the balance, which might be pretty good. Less stumbling and falling, which kind of goes hand to hand with the extra strength that we have. So you could do that and then possibly go like extra ball control and then just put the last skill point on passing page or something. Or you could get even more reactions, which could be pretty good. Oops. Plus 3 reactions right here for 3 skill points and have 90 reactions, and then you would have 2 skill points to put somewhere else, which I'm not too sure where you'd put it on. I guess ball control or something. But that's kind of what you could do if you don't want the 5-star skills. But I would suggest using 5-star skills or learning 5-star skills if you don't know them. But if you don't know the 5-star skills and you're trying this build out, it's just a complete waste. So take them off and use those 5 skill points elsewhere. And yeah, this is the dribbling page. We basically just went for the Lynx archetype, got the skills. Make sure you go on this left side for the extra dribbling. And remember, we have the active first touch and the physical strength perk, which will increase our ball control. So that's why we have low ball control and really didn't put any skill points to upgrade it. It's 84, which isn't terrible, but both of those perks will increase it and make it a little bit closer to dribbling, maybe even better. Not too sure how much it actually upgrades the ball control with those perks. And then for the people that would want to try the Maestro archetype and not try the Bull archetype, it's pretty much just a like for like switch. You just take off the Bull archetype, keep everything else on the physical page, and they're both 10 skill points. So you would just go like this and then get the Maestro, which would give you +5 ball control and +7 dribbling to get you to 96 dribbling. And it felt very silky, but I really didn't notice much of a difference with having it off, especially compared to the extra strength on the Bull archetype. I would suggest that, but you could try both and let me know in the comments which one you prefer. But yeah, that's the dribbling page for this build. Surprisingly, it felt very good. Even though we only have 85 agility and 71 balance isn't the best, the dribbling felt nice. And that's kind of another reason why I went for the Bull archetype for the extra strength. Because of the low balance, when you do come into like a 50-50 duel, you kind of like start stumbling and falling a bit because of the low balance. The extra strength will kind of make up for that and reduce some of that. So that's why the Bull archetype is very nice for this build. To the next page, passing, where, as I say on most of my striker builds, I do not go for any passing upgrades. Just no point of doing that for a striker build where you're going to be focused on scoring, running it behind, not doing much of the playmaking, kind of just making more simple passes. And yeah, we just have the base stats for a 6'7", 99-pound striker. I think I made a few good passes, got some assists with this build, but mostly you're going to be focusing on the goal scoring and leaving the passing and the playmaking up to your playmakers, your center mids, your cams, wingers, and all that kind of stuff. So nothing else to talk about here on the passing page. Over to shooting. So having the Bull archetype, the Lynx archetype, the Cheetah archetype with the max pace on the pace page, it's just not possible to get the finisher archetype unless you take some other stuff off. Just looking at the shooting page, this is what I used the entire time. Got the 4-star weak foot right here, and then got all 6 of these things, which are just great value when it comes to long shots, shot power, finishing, and volleys. And then at the top left, this is just for shot power purposes. This will also give you +5 free kick accuracy and then +3 shot power for 3 skill points. Nice value also. And that's the shooting page. We have 92 finishing, 85 heading accuracy, which is pretty good, on top of the one-time shot with the power header. So it's probably more like 90 heading, honestly. 84 shot power, 86 long shots, 86 volleys, which is pretty good stats for a striker. And that's pretty much the shooting page. I scored a lot of goals with this build and didn't have too much problems with the finishing ability. I finished a lot of chances where I didn't think it would just go in, but it ended up going in. But moving back to the dribbling page, for the people that just want 4-star skills, I gave y'all a few alternatives that you could possibly do, but honestly, if you don't want to go for the finish archetype and just keep it like how it is and just go 4-star skills, what I would do is use 3 of the skill points on shot power to get you to 87 shot power. Get this right here, upgrade the shot power and penalties, get you to 87, make it even easier for you to score your chances and overpower the goalie with that shot power. I'd highly recommend doing that. And then you would just use like the 2 skill points for, I think you pretty much just have to go like ball control right here and then just short passing. I'm not too sure what else you would do. That's probably the solution for the people, the best solution I would say for the people that don't want 5-star skills on this build. Getting that extra shot power right there. And yeah, that's it for this shooting page. Taking a look at the pace, where, like I said, we went for max pace and we have 89 pace, 89 acceleration, and 89 sprint speed. And you do not have a problem at all getting behind. And sometimes it's even easier to get in behind, especially when it comes to like over the top through balls compared to like if you were using a 5-4 striker, because you can get onto those like through ball, those high lofted through balls and battle with the defender easier, body him with the high strength, and you can chest it down because you're tall, get those long legs on the end of the through ball. And sometimes I just think it's better being a taller striker and trying to get behind. And the pace, activating that active first touch with the increased acceleration and sprint speed running onto the through balls, you're actually very fast and you look rapid with those long legs chopping down the field. So no complaints with the pace with this build. I would definitely recommend keeping the max pace. Like the only thing you could possibly do if you want some skill points elsewhere is maybe take off the sprint speed. You might not notice much of a difference compared to the 89 sprint speed, but I just went ahead and got the max pace because that looks a lot nicer with the 89 and 89 perfectly balanced pace. That's gonna wrap up this video for this lanky 6'7", 99-pound striker build. Honestly, one of my favorite builds. I said that at the beginning of the year in pro clubs when the game first came out. I knew this type of striker build, a tall striker that's skinny, just because of the pace that you get and pretty decent dribbling stats, would be like one of my favorite striker builds to use. If it's right up my alley with taller strikers that are strong. Let me know in the comments if you do give this build a try, how you liked it, how you got on with it. And if you could hit that like button on this video, that helped me out a lot. This channel is growing quite fast. We're almost already at 3.1K subscribers on the channel when we just hit 3K subscribers really not too long ago. So thank you guys for all the support. Going to be coming out with a lot more of the pro player builds and even builds like this where I'm just doing updated versions of my build videos that I posted at the beginning of the year with max skill points. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. And as always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day and peace out.